Let's face it, life isn't easy. If you're stuck in a bad relationship, betrayed or afraid of tomorrow, financially insecure, or desperate for a breakthrough, you've come to the right place. Dr. Carmen Harra is a renowned psychologist, intuitive, relationship expert, and best-selling author, and she's here to give you the miracle guidance you need. Her new call-in show, Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life, offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions, all for you. Dr. Harra's show aims to eliminate everyday problems, big and small, with topics like healing your relationships, reclaiming your power, achieving better health, dealing with loss, and so much more. Regain the joy, stability, and fulfillment you deserve to feel. Tune in to Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life with host Dr. Carmen Harra, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and find the answers you've been looking for.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Miracle Guidance, the show that offers you the guidance you need to transform your life. My name is Dr. Carmen Harra, live every Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on OMTimes Radio. And tonight, as you know me very well, I'm always trying to explore different topics. So tonight, I'll explore the fascinating topic of reincarnation. You know, believe me when I say that I have experienced the immense grief that accompanies loss. The knowledge that you'll never see a person who you love so much, you'll never see them again, is almost too much to bear. So I'm sure that you know the feeling and that I'm not stranger to the feeling. I lost both my parents, I lost my husband, I lost other family members, and I lost a lot of several pets, beloved pets. The truth is that you're never really ready to let go of somebody you love, whether they, your family or even an animal. Even if our parents live to be in their 90s, we still never want them to go. Even if we spend 60 years, with your significant other, you still can't imagine spending one day without that person. So such is the nature of that. We are never ready for it. But in the right moment, it is ready for us. Now, I lost my dog, and I'm sharing something private with you. I lost my dog, Valentino, a year ago. And he was old, and, dogs don't live more than 14, 15, 16 years if you're lucky. So I was so devastated. So I didn't know what to do with myself. So I went right away to try to get a new puppy to fill the void. So in a short time after his passing, I brought in my home another Shiba Inu, because my dog Valentino was a Shiba Inu. That was the name of the breed of the dog. And I call him Armani. All my animals in my dog are designers. So the interesting thing is that when I brought him home, this dog seemed to do the same things like the other dog. So lay down exactly in the same spot, acting the same, familiar with the layout of the house, the same mannerism, the way he jumped, the way he scratched himself. So I was looking at this dog and I thought, is this Valentino who came back? And immediately, my pain of losing Valentino went away. So I knew that the dog wanted to come back to be there with me. Probably was me, probably it's my imagination. There's no way I can prove this. And I always wonder, could it be Valentino's spirit that entered this body? Because this is the cycle of rebirth. We look at death as a tragedy, when in reality, it can be a miracle. Because death offers a soul trapped in a failing body to escape. Then reincarnation offers that spirit the opportunity to start a new life, to be young again, to be whole, to be full of energy. Actually, reincarnation also allows us to survive the loss of somebody we love and the chance to be with them again. So what's interesting is that seeing, your late loved one again sometimes seems impossible. But it is sometimes likely possible that the soul you adore will do anything to return to you and return to a physical body. If you think of Einstein, he always used to say that, energy never dies, that we are made of energy. And consciousness never died, and consciousness can be transformed, but energy can be also transmuted into material, into matter. That's what actually physics said, that energy transforms and converts into matter. So this is true of human and also of animal, because as I said, everything in this universe, us, everything that surrounds us, animals, we are just a form of energy. This is an endless back and forth, taking sort of countless shapes and forms. So once energy escapes an expired body, it goes through an overworldly process of reflection and preparation. Then when the soul is ready, it seeks a new vessel to occupy. So the new body may look different, but in so many ways, the unmistakable spirit will radiate forth. So reincarnation is not a new topic. In fact, it's a theory that exists since the dawn of mankind. The first reference to reincarnation of something that is called samsara was made 3,000 years ago in the scripture of the Hinduism known as Upanishad. Other Eastern religions like Buddhism and Judaism draw their origin from Hinduism and describe the same idea of incarnation into their theories. Now then there comes Pythagoras, the 6th century before Jesus, who declared that the soul is actually immortal. Now Plato also has elaborating the teaching of Pythagoras, claiming that the soul passes from one body to another many times until it reaches what is called the bliss. This came to be known as metempsychosis, the transmigration. Metempsychosis is actually the theory of the transmigration of the soul. Now, more than 2,000 years ago, this happened more than 2,000, but more than 100-something years ago, a French doctor who went by the name of Allan Kardec, he started a new religion called Spiritism, which placed a great emphasis on reincarnation and helped the belief to become widespread. So recently, the New Age has further explored the notion of reincarnation. Catholicism, Christianity, Judaism, they don't want to actually recognize incarnation, but those who practice Kabbalah embrace incarnation. Today we are free to follow whatever belief we resonate with, and we are the result of our belief. What we believe we become. You can never go beyond your belief. So it's safe to say that even the biggest skeptics, even Christianity has wondered about the truth of what happens to the soul. What is likely to happen when the soul parts away from the body? Where does the soul go? And is the soul just disappearing? In reality, we don't have any proof. But we can take a look at the natural world around us, and we can actually see answers coming from there, because our world is based on never-ending cycles. Our world is based on the 4 seasons, on plants and trees, and the nature that is constantly recycling everything. Everything comes in full circle, and everything that dies is reborn. So if the nature dies and then is reborn, why not human and animal are coming back to life again? So for that reason, I personally believe in incarnation. I not only believe in it, but I had this opportunity all my life to communicate with something that is called the other side, and hear the stories of past lives, because I did research on this theory. Now many scientists, psychologists, psychiatrists have suspended their skepticism. I remember Dr. Brian Weiss, who's one of my colleagues and friend at Hay House, and he's just an example. Then Jan Stevenson, Dr. Michael Newton, who I had as my guest many times on my shows years in the past. These are few of individuals who have performed groundbreaking work in the theory of reincarnation. But there are countless hypnotherapists that perform something called regression of the mind, past life regression, and they say the same thing. They talk about those patient experiences. So there are all kinds of arguments that people, when they're under hypnosis, and they actually cannot lie, but they see extraordinary things that already happened to them. So I had this extraordinary experience. I will never forget that I had a 16-year-old kid who couldn't fly, and he was very, very talented. He used to play, I think, golf or something like that, and he couldn't, in his age group, he couldn't go anywhere because he couldn't fly. The moment that kid was near an airport, he started shaking. He had severe panic disorders, and so he was just, during the flight, they didn't know what to do with him. And I said, okay, I tried to hypnotize him, and I did hypnotize that kid. I will never forget that. That was so fascinating. So a 16-year-old who started to describe me an airplane, he knew his name, he knew the way they played. He described how he was dressed, the sneakers he was wearing, that he was with a number of friends. They were the same age when he died, around 16. It happened in New York. Guess what? This kid had no idea exactly the time he described. There was a plane that crashed out of New York and crashed 40 minutes after taking off in New York. And there were a group, I did investigation, a group of kids who left for friends. And one of those kids was this kid who incarnated right away. I tell you, this was the most fascinating experience I had for years since I do hypnosis to people. I actually got a degree in hypnotherapy from a non-accredited school, and everybody was like blaming me for that. But I tell you, I learned something in that school, and I don't regret going to learn much more about this extraordinary way of tapping into the reactive side of the brain and learning how the brain works in accessing memories that we take with us from a life into the next and into the next. And that this I needed to share with you. I know this is a calling show, my love, for all of you listening. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to talk to all of you tonight, the one calling me, and I know I have Rose, I have Jenny, both of them from California. A lot of people from California, a lot of people from LA are always calling this show. So thank you for that. So for everybody who wants to call in, I still have, there's still room for more people, 202-570-7057, 202-570-7057. My producer, my amazing producer actually, Christopher, will take your calls and will introduce you to the show, and you will be, if you really want to talk to somebody on the other side, I would love to, I always choose different topics on health, topics on relationship, topics on how to improve your life overall, how to change things into your life, how, I always have a variety. For some reason, I took this topic today because I have a great pleasure to connect you with the people on the other side. If you feel, hey, I would love to find out much more about a particular person, who is not in my life for 5 days, for 3 months, for 30 years. So let's see if I can help you connect with somebody, just to prove to you that there is something that exists out there, and that the souls are never completely out of their life and they're still in touch with us. What I can tell that I remember me having a near-death experience when I was very young, when I was around 5 years old. I drowned. As you know me very well, I was born in the northern part of Romania, a beautiful place called Transylvania. And anytime I'm doing a seminar and I'm talking about Transylvania, people are asking me about Dracula. I want to tell you that, Dracula was Vlad the Impaler. He was a leader at that time. And during that guy, you know what I mean, the country was actually doing, great because nobody was stealing, nobody was lying. If they were trying to steal or do something wrong, he was really punishing people. But anyhow, so that kind of I can tell you much more about Dracula. I can tell you much more about Transylvania in another show. But I just want you to know that I was born in that area. So I had that experience because I drowned in a river called Somesh. And I was 5 years old. I didn't know how to swim. And what I want to say is that everybody who had a near-death experience comes back transformed in this world. And they all want to have answers to many things and try to, connect with the other side, bring the other side in this world. And I saw a light. And whenever, when you die, you actually see a light. It's the first phenomena that can be explained medically. And actually, when you die, you feel very good. There is something released in the brain. There's a neurotransmitter that is released, those choracolamine that are released in the brain that make you feel fabulous, actually. Those who suffer are those who are left behind because they acknowledge that they will never see you again. But it's a fascinating experience in which you do see the other side. You have a glimpse of what's really going on there. And I personally, that was not my time, so I saw, this happened very quickly. I saw my father who saw me in the river, my body was going down and he rescued me. So that's a little bit of that, I'm trying to explain you what happened to me. So, and why am I so fascinated about all this ancient teaching? Why am I so fascinated by hypnotherapy as a method to heal, a method to tap and do regression of the mind and acknowledge a lot of things about you that otherwise you fail to acknowledge. Now remember, my newest book called Committed is still out. You can find it if you want in every bookstore. You can buy it on Amazon. My new book is coming soon. It's actually ready. I'm excited about this new project. But if you want to be part of my, group of people and want to follow me on social media, just subscribe to my letters, and that allows you to be receiving every day or every week an information about what I'm doing, what seminars I'm taking, what kind of shows I'm doing. So I think I'm going to take a short break and then I'm going to go to Rose, because she's my first caller. So, and then I'm going to go to, let me see who else I have. I have Rose from California, Jenny. And after Jenny, I'm going to go to Jackie from New York. So you guys hold on the line and I'll be with you in a minute. I'm going to take just a very short break.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
OMTimes magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organisation, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Connect at omtimes.com. OMTimes, creating a more conscious lifestyle.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me The Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
You came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you notice an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for summer break?
Because she may not be having lunch again until September.
Or a war veteran who's having a hard time
landing a job and getting back on his feet?
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
And I'm back, Carmen Harra on OMTime Radio. I'm always excited to be with you, and I am always super happy to be able to communicate with you and get your feedback on the topics that I'm choosing. So as you know, tonight I would love to talk to you about the concept of reincarnation and get your take on it. But this is a calling show, so feel free to call with any problems you might have. I'm here to help you with relationships, with any kind of advice that you might need. So I'm going to go now to Rose from California. Hi, my lovely Rose. How are you, my dear?
Oh, I'm doing okay. How are you?
Oh, so good to hear from you, Rose.
Yeah. You know, it's always great talking to you. And I'm sorry I'm a little choked up, with this topic. It's very, very interesting to me. And
do you believe in it, Rose? Do you believe that
yes.
there is a possibility? Yeah, I'm so glad.
100%. Absolutely, yeah. And I wonder about my past lives as well. I'm curious about that.
Have you ever tried to do regression of the mind? Have you ever tried? Because when you do regression, you access a lot of the memories that exist in the reactive side of the brain, which is the right side of the brain, where we used to say all the memories exist and everything you've ever done. And it's interesting to access because you tap into your insecurities, your strength, your weaknesses, your phobias, your power is there. So that's so-called 90% of who you are is actually on the right side of the brain versus the left side of the brain. The left side operates on cognition, on sensory, on a world that you can touch, you smell, you see, you hear, you taste. That's the left side. And actually, if you do scientific research on the brain, you see that the left side operates on a certain vibration way different than the right side. So we don't operate the same way. The frequency is way higher on the right side versus the left side. Now, Einstein used to say, for me to discover the law of relativity, I need to speak on the right side of the brain. So why? Because all my memories are there. So you, Rose, if you say, well, I want to remember what has happened to me in a past life, start sleeping on the right side. And try when you wake up not to open your eyes. Because if you don't open your eyes, your dream will come in front of you like your movie. You're awake, but your eyes are closed. The moment you open your eyes, your dream is gone, and you don't remember it. If you wake up, your eyes closed, you have a full awareness. Where have you been? And you start acknowledging. And you had a life in Russia, by the way, and you have a life in you had a life somewhere in England. I don't know if it was Ireland, but somewhere that was 14th century. I see you somewhere in life in Spain. I don't know if this was 11th century, so I'm going through different lives. I also think you had a life in Remulia that was 26,000 years ago. I see you living by a river, a small river, and I see that river and big stones. And you look very different than now. It's possible that when we come back, we choose a different appearance. We carry through many lives, different skills, different genetics, and we manifest different physical, physical characteristics. So I see you in a life of Lemuria, which was a civilization absolutely fascinating. My memories of Lemuria that
Oh my God.
Lemurian were more darker skin and more short, versus Atlantean soul that were very lighter skin and way taller. And you know that the Lemurian were very more like primitive, more attached to the earth. So I'm just giving you how we evolved through thousands of years of evolution, you know. And I think the world right now is a mixture between Lemurian and Atlantean souls, you know. It's like we see the black people, we also see the white people. So there's a mixture of the two of those souls through the last 30,000 years of evolution. But you lived a life there. And I kind of see that you had five boys. You have 5 kids in that life.
Oh,
going
wow.
back so many thousands years ago. Yeah.
I can't believe that I lived 26,000 years ago.
Yeah. It might seem like, wow, how is that possible? You know what I mean? Yeah, it is. It is because the soul and the concept of time is very relative. You know that this time runs so fast, like in a heartbeat, the time is all gone, you know? So, yeah. It's just very interesting how fast we go through life after life after life, and time runs so fast. It's like in the blink of an eye, like you were a teenager, and then here you are, you know. So time runs and runs.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So it might seem like, wow, 25 years ago. Well, probably if you think how fast time moves. You know, if you access ever that life, that was a fascinating life for you. Many of the things happening to you in this life are rooted in those experiences, you know. They are a reflection of something that already happened to you. People coming to you are coming from other times, you know. The way you express yourself, your fear, your insecurities, your strength, might go back to other incarnations.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I wanted to see if I could ask you something.
Please ask me. Absolutely. I'm sorry that I kind of lost my mind trying to explain it, but feel free to ask me anything, Rose. Yeah.
Actually, I probably shouldn't even waste my time asking about this, but please. I'm actually more fascinated about, the past life
right.
thing. But I guess this happened recently at my company. We just had company-wide meeting, and with the Great Resignation and everything, employees are starting to rise up, and they see their worth and want to be compensated for that. So the whole, I think most of the company, we had the meeting, and everyone was just talking about compensation, and we previously were talking about, we just have so much work, which I think probably a lot of people are in that boat. That's nothing unique at all. But, everyone was really, expressing themselves. And then I decided to express myself.
Very good. Very good. What is the question here? Where is your concern?
Hello?
Rose,
hello?
Where is exactly your concern?
By accident?
No problem.
By accident, I dialed, my phone started with my teeth, dialed someone I know. It happened. But I'm so sorry. But anyways, I spoke out, and a lot of people were just very upfront about their feelings and everything. And then, afterwards, I kind of regretted it. For being so direct, because I do have a very, very good reputation. So basically everyone heard me. And then I asked one of my close friends at work, she's like, oh, I thought it was great, and I don't think you said anything wrong. And then she told me, oh, yeah, a lot of people in the chat were thanking you. That I wasn't aware of. But I did regret it. And then, of course, like, I fear retribution.
No.
Okay.
No. I don't think anything bad is going to come out of it.
Oh, okay.
It's that. So what's exactly the question? You are concerned.
My concern is like,
yeah.
I like maybe, you know, I mean, everyone was upfront, but I tend to be direct. And
you did very well. You did very well, and a lot of people actually were very pleased by the fact that you came straightforward. You know, and you said exactly what you wanted to say. You know, you didn't sugarcoat anybody. You go straight to the point, and you made it clear. So good for you. You did very well, and as a result of this, you know, and I promise you, nothing's gonna happen negative out of it. Don't be afraid. Just no fear. No fear. Stand up. You're able to stand up. You know. Congratulations for that.
Yeah, because I was gonna. I mean, they're stringing us along with compensation because all of us are supposed to be compensated, but. I wasn't born yesterday. I could read between the lines with the conversation, pick up underlying things. And, you know, I was going to ask myself for a raise even before this compensation. But now I feel like, oh, maybe the way I express myself when if it was up to my supervisor, I would get it. But it's not.
Right.
I have to go through HR. So now I'm like concerned. Now I'm concerned if I call them up and say, you know, try to negotiate a raise. Number one, I don't know if they'd even give it to start with. Anyway.
You will get it. You will get it. You will get it.
Oh, I
will get it. You will get it.
Okay.
Call me back, you know, on this one, and let me know in a week or two, because let's follow up on this one. But all I can tell you for sure, just to put your mind at ease, that this is at the end of the day in your favor and not against you. So it's going to work. At the end, it's going to work better than you think. So no reason to be stressed.
So when I reach out okay, thank you so much.
Okay, I love you, my Rose. I'm going to go to Jenny. I love you. Jenny in California. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Carmen. How are you?
I'm okay. How's my beautiful Jenny?
I'm doing okay, Dr. Carmen Harra. Well, actually, no. I'm actually very sad.
Why? What's going on?
I actually called the show because I love today's topic about the other side, and I completely believe in reincarnation. I lost my dog, my beloved dog, my only baby, on Saturday. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was with me for 13 years, and it was always just him and I living.
How painful this is. I lost a number of dogs, and I was at the beginning of the show talking about my dog Valentino, and your dog is there. You know how your dog sits right now and look in your eyes, and he is very grateful for everything, for being for him, for caring about him. Dogs have such a way of sacrificing and such a unconditional love that we humans are not capable of. And this dog was just sitting there for you. He lived for you. He was breathing for you. You know, his life was you. I don't know if you felt that, but that's exactly the kind of a message. He said he's with another dog. Have you ever had another dog before him?
Oh, yes. We have had 3 other dogs that he had lived with. They're my brother's dogs.
Right.
But,
so there, I saw what I see. It shows me there's a brown dog, there's a whiter dog. Does this relate to you, to your dogs?
I don't know about the brown dogs, but we had 3 little white dogs. 3 little white ones. So
where is, unless there's another dog there, but The white dog I clearly see, and probably there's more than one, but there is definitely... Was there another neighbor that your dog played with that was brown?
Well, no, my dog didn't really play with any other dogs, but he's a blonde lab. His name is Buddy, and I miss him so much.
I see him, but he's showing me another white dog. And then he shows me this middle-sized brown dog that I clearly see, and I don't know what's the meaning of it, unless there's a meaning into it that I'm trying to understand the meaning, saying you might have another dog. You know, I do believe that that's what's going to happen.
Wow.
And I would not be
surprised.
No, it comes unplanned. You know, you might say, well, I don't want to, I'm too much in pain, I don't think I'm going to go. There are people who never want to take another dog because they suffer too much. And then they say, I will not take another dog because it's way too painful. So what I'm trying to say that there is some message here with the brown dog. I don't know the breed, but I see that very clearly. It actually is a gorgeous dog. Well, and I would not be surprised if somebody brings you this dog. Or, you know, or he reincarnates into this. But me and you are going to talk again about this. And I'm absolutely convinced that you will tell me something about this message. Not in a day, no, probably not in a month, probably in 5 months. But the day will come when you will call me back and you will tell me that there was a big message today for you. From your dog who wants to say something. Talking about believing in incarnation, I'm convinced that he will come back to you.
That's so interesting because I swear I will never have another dog again. It was too much work towards the end and it's too hard.
I swear the same thing anytime I lost a dog. I said the same thing. I said, I don't want. And then for some interesting things, these dogs, they come to me. I don't know. I will never forget, I took another dog like some months ago. Now I have no intention to get another dog that already had dogs, you know what I mean, in the house. By simply passing to a store and entering to buy some food. And I saw a dog that looked exactly and acted exactly like one of the dogs that I lost some years ago. The dog was identical, the way the manner is, the looking. And I couldn't resist. I knew exactly that dog was my dog that died. And I was so convinced, and I'm convinced even today, the dog is exactly that dog. So I had no plan, but you know, the universe took me there, you know. It's just so interesting. So I'm not saying go find I'm saying make peace with whatever decision you have, but I promise you that something will happen in a very unexpected way. That something will come to you without you making any effort whatsoever. And I feel like the dog sleeps there by your bed, or as much as you think he's not there because he's not in this side anymore. The soul, his spirit is still there. It's still there. And if you ever have a feeling of an energy in the house, or like something moves, or a door opens, or you have a feeling somebody opens the door but there's nobody in the house, you should know that the dog is still there.
I've been looking for him, and I haven't received any signs, but Dr. Harra,
you will.
You know,
you will.
I will.
You will receive signs, and you will receive a very clear sign from him. Extremely clear, and especially very early in the morning. Anything between 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. is going to happen, and especially signs of door opening out of the blue, window opening out of the blue. A wind is like in the house, and something seems to move in the house, and it's nobody in the house. It's almost like, in a way, it can be scary, because it's like a paranormal experience, but I'm absolutely convinced that this is going to happen. You please let me know. Please call me again. You have to call me again.
Dr. Harra, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I felt a lot of guilt. I didn't know if I put him down too early or if that's what he wanted. I felt some guilt putting him down. But
no, don't feel guilt. He's thanking you for that. He said he was
thanking
not
me.
doing well, and you help him this way.
Okay, all right.
No, he's not. He's grateful for helping him release the pain.
And I wanted to update you. I spoke with you last August, and you said around springtime this year, March, April, May, you made a prediction about my life is going to do a complete 180, that I would meet somebody. And I think that person is now in my life. So,
Good! I'm excited!
yeah.
That's really good news. That's the best news, Jenny.
Yeah, so it happened. Your prediction, it happened.
Yeah, good. That's very important. And this is another prediction, that you will be very happy with that person. You guys their relationship is going to get better and better. And for some reason, I think you either get a new home. Do you live in a house with a big backyard?
I live in a tiny back house with a big backyard, yes. And
Okay.
I want to move.
Well, listen, this is my prediction. You will move to a big house with a huge backyard, very close to a park, or because I see an area with a lot of trees. And I tell you, I see another dog in your house. In whichever way, don't ask me, because we don't want to look into every detail. My time on the radio is kind of limited, but I tell you, this is what's going to happen, and you'll be very happy. Please keep me posted, my Jenny, okay? You promise me?
I will definitely talk to you again. Thank you so much, Dr. Hara. I really appreciate it.
I love you, my Jenny.
I love you
sweetheart.
too.
Okay, sweetheart. I'm going to go to Jackie from New York. Hi, Jackie.
How are you?
Jackie.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, my Jackie. How are you, my love?
I'm good. It's such a pleasure to talk to you. I do believe in reincarnation. I do believe we choose our spouses, our significant others from karma that we have to take care of. I believe our kids and our kids pick us. I don't know why they picked me, but they did. So I have two questions. After studying and listening to reading books, I'm thrilled to hear you have new books too. I have to look them up. But I have a question. I've recently come across this concept of twin flames. Is there really such a thing? Have you heard of that? Is that a valid concept of twin flames, where a soul separates?
Yeah, it is a valid. I believe in something that is called when people have a soulmate, where they have that kind of a perfect connection. It's very rare. It doesn't happen so often. But when it does, it's magic. Did that happen to you?
Did it? I think it did, but I wanted to make sure it wasn't crazy. Yeah.
No, I think it did happen, because that's what I feel. I feel like you had that amazing experience. And for that, I agree that you really, how should I say, grateful for that. And it's just magic. It's just magic. When that happens, when two people are finding each other, they are in heaven. Nothing matters anymore. It's the two of them against the world. The rest of the world, it doesn't exist. It's just them two. It's just so beautiful. It's the most beautiful experience.
But then you lose them and then it's not.
Yeah, if that happens. Yeah, I know. I was married to my twin flame, and he died after 27 years of being with him, and my heart is broken ever since. So I talk from I speak from my own experience. So yeah. But this is the way life is. So Jackie, you have another question? Yeah.
Yes, it's about the regression therapist that you were talking about. My son is going through a divorce, and I was wondering if it would be helpful or harmful to have him to go to a regressive therapist.
It will be very helpful to do that, because that's going to help him understand why, some of his emotions, handle some of his pain here, understand the connection from past life with this woman in his life. That's the feeling I have. One day I can talk to you because I need more time and show you the connection between, and that's in my newest book that's coming. The karmic connection. I have a new book, very fascinating, It's called Plus One. And it shows the connection that exists between people. that people are not even aware, because I think there's something very interesting between him and this woman is in his life. And the reason of the separation, that it's all karmic, that all has to do with past life. That's why a regression will be very instrumental in helping him, Jenny.
So you don't see any. So you don't see any kind of illness that would it would stir any kind of mental illness in him.
No. And don't forget, I work with mental illnesses. I can help you here. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So reach out to me, and I'll help you with anything you need. I'll help you. I'll give you a free session. Just reach out to me.
Okay, Carmen. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I love you, my Jackie. I love you. I'm going to go to Michelle in California. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Carmen. God, you're so wonderful. I feel the same way about the animals. My animals are everything to me. Makes me love you more, Carmen, when I hear you talk like that.
I know, Michelle. Do you have any animal, my love?
Yeah, I have 4 dogs and 2 parrots, but
oh my God, you have 4 dogs.
Yeah, and you told me my Sophie would be okay after her surgery, and she's right here next to me. I actually made
you see.
Yeah, frozen yogurt, and she's actually eating it. Here, give it to me, Sophie.
Good.
But yeah, no, I have to tell you, you're so amazing. Everything you always say always makes me feel so much better after I talk to you. You really made a difference in my life. Can you hear Sophie? Sophie barking.
Oh, you make me cry, Michelle. You make me cry.
Oh, thank
You're
you
so beautiful.
much.
I love you. I love you. What is your question to me, my angel?
My dad passed away, and I just wondered if you could get any. I don't know if you could get any messages or vibes about him, but you know, my life kind of changed for me dramatically after he passed away. Actually, for a lot of the time, I actually didn't even think I'd be able to survive without him. It's crazy because, you know, you miss someone so much.
I don't know why he shows me number 9. What happened? What has something to do with September here?
Oh, I have no idea.
What is the meaning? So he's trying to say something about the month of September. He's trying to say something about a lot of the stuff that were left unresolved. Do you understand the message?
No, I just know that, you know, he was an accountant, and he always prepared everybody else for everything. And it's interesting because me and my mom, he didn't have a will. He didn't do a lot of stuff. We had to figure out a lot of
this is what he's talking about. The things that were he could never finish his own stuff. You know, he left things not in order the way he thought they should have been done, you know. So that's his disappointment. He shows me a B initial. I don't know what is this having to do with him. And a G name. He shows me some names.
Really?
He's trying to say something. And he also talks about, do you plan to move?
No, I don't plan on moving.
He's talking about selling something, investing in something else. So let's see what he's trying. It's implying something that you might not know. Obviously, this is something you don't know. And who's David?
David was his brother that got murdered.
So he's with David.
Oh, that makes sense. He's with my grandparents, too, I think.
He found David. Sorry?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he said he finally found David. He was always wanting to find him. I don't know if he ever expressed himself like that.
No, it was just very sad. I mean, he was
and he shows me, he shows me a house. He shows me something by the water, a river, and a place that is by the river or by the water. So you might not understand it. He said, to let you know that you might not understand, and then she talks about the month September to November. So he's very clear on pinpointing towards something that is going to actually unfold. So September to October, remember the house by the river. You might not know anything about his telling as of now, but in a short period of time, you'll understand the message. He said he's going to come in your dream dressed in a white shirt. You know, he's going to calm, very happy, and he's going to continue to and he shows me a day of 24. What is the 24 relevant for him or for you?
Nothing. I don't know what the 24th is. It's not any of our
so
birthdays.
It means he's still projecting something, because he's unfolding something that's about to happen. It's a very clear message. It's a very clear message.
Is it good? Is it a good
Yeah,
thing?
and he also shows me a thing that was hidden, like money or something. He said he would love to talk to you more. So in other words, there's a lot he wants to say that he feels like he cannot say it. It's like he doesn't have enough time.
That's very
enough
weird
time to talk. Sorry?
It's really weird because a lot of us thought that there must be some. My father was very good at hiding money, and I found
so
like little bits
do
of
me
money all
a
over.
favor. Let's talk one day. Send me an email, and I'll give you some minutes free to help you connect with him, and help you figure it out, the money story. Because unfortunately, on the radio, my time is so limited.
Oh no! Okay, I'll email
write
you
me an email. Write me an email, and my assistant Sarah will respond to you, and we'll find the time for me and you to speak about this. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
We'll figure this out. I promise you.
Oh, thank you. That's
okay,
so
my
weird
love.
that you said that, though. Okay, thank you, Carmen. I really appreciate it. I will email you.
I love you. I love you.
Love you
okay,
too.
I'm gonna go to Alexa in Florida. Hi, Alexa. How are you, my love?
Hi, Carmen. How are you?
I'm good. You?
Oh, better and better. Could be better. I love your shows. I read one of your books, and I believe in reincarnation. I am going through a difficult divorce, and I was wondering if my still husband is the reincarnation from a previous life.
I feel like your husband you met before. I feel like this divorce was kind of inevitable. I feel like you should not be so upset for this divorce. You should allow it to happen, because something else and someone else will come into your life way better than this experience. So nothing to regret. Did you stay with this man 12 years?
No, in fact, we met 8 years ago. So today is 12th of July. So
okay. So it's
yeah.
So this relationship could have lasted up to 12 years, not longer than that. So you're pretty much in the timing of 9 to 12 years, a cycle of life. And then someone else will come into your life. But I do think that he was in another life with you. I feel there was something karmic that you guys needed to resolve, if you agree with me. Do you?
I agree, yes. But he's been mistreating me, so very, very bad.
No, I'm not surprised. That's what karma is all about. So we meet people, and sometimes we meet people who are coming back in our life to resolve something they did wrong. And this man had to repair something that he did wrong, but he didn't do it. You understand?
Yeah, well, he made it worse. I was wondering if I did something wrong in a previous life to him. That's why.
Someone's on speaker.
Can you hear me?
Hello? Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So
I can hear myself with an echo.
Yeah, with an echo. Yeah. But all I can say for sure is that this man was supposed to exit your life, and someone else will come into your life. So it's okay to let him go, but be ready for somebody else. There's a very nice person who has an M initial, way different than this one. Look around. You're going to meet him relatively soon. Don't get stuck into this. Close this door if you can. Do you agree?
I want to let go, but he doesn't want to let go of this.
Well, if he's not letting you go, this might take way longer. But meanwhile, you're going to meet somebody else. The feeling that I won't be surprised if this will take way longer because of him, I will not be surprised. Yeah.
Okay, only.
So
I guess I should only think positively and pray.
No, look around and open the door of your mind to the new chapter in the book of your life, because there's something else out there. Pay attention to that.
All right.
Promise me that, because that's the most important thing, not to be trapped and stuck into your past.
Yes, I'm not that kind. I like to straighten out things. Because
I hear you.
If you don't end up a relationship, it's like lingering.
Right.
Very comforting.
Well, you'll be able to put an end to this, but you will need some. Remember my words. If there's somebody else, and for all the other people, I was not able to talk to everybody tonight. Hi, Camelia from Ohio, and all the other people online waiting for me. I'm so sorry. Please call me next time. I'll be with you. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. I'm Dr. Carmen Harra on OMTime Radio. I'll be with you next time on OMTime, exactly Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. May God bless you and stay well and healthy, and look for the next chapter in the book of your life. Don't get stuck into your past. I'm very grateful for your time.